I invite you to take your seat, and I'm going to invite some folks to come up and join me up here while I share with you one of the more joyful places that I've experienced in the last couple of months. Y'all can come on up. Is in our children's music ministry, our Joyful Noise Choir and our In Beat with God percussion group. And if you've been in worship over the last couple of weeks, you've experienced that, or if you were at the Christmas Spectacular last week, you experienced that. And so I asked some folks to come up. This is Kimmy and Lucy's in Joyful Noise and in Beat with God, right? And they are brand new to it. And so I asked them to come up and tell you, okay, why? Why did you decide that you wanted to be a part of this children's music ministry?
I was a little on the fence, to be honest, because it's another event, it's another activity that's happening in the week. And I grew up in the church, and I grew up very, very musical. And some of those experiences were good, and some were not as good. And I wasn't sure about this for my kids, but I knew I wanted really solid, joyful adults around them, and I knew I wanted, friends for them, and it seemed like a good opportunity. So the first time that the kids went to and Beat with God, and then Joyful Noise, which is choir right after that, I sat outside so I could hear, and I was floored. It was so great. I was just delighted by the different songs they were singing, the different warm-ups they were learning, some of the different music stuff that they were learning, but then also just the energy in the room and the tone that I could kind of hear from the hallway. And it's been really fun to see them get more and more comfortable with singing in front of people and playing percussion in front of people. So that's been my perspective.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. I've been wanting to join a choir for a little while now, and yeah, I wasn't really sure about it, but then I got more interested, I guess, and I enjoy it now a lot.
What do you like about it?
I think the teachers are really good, and I think it's fun afterward, and just learning some of the songs and seeing friends and people there, and all that stuff.
So Lucy and her brothers and a number of other people are brand new to these children's music ministry things. But I want to tell you, it's been around for a long time. And look at you, Daisy. When did In Beat with God start? Okay, so that was a long time ago. So we have someone else up here who was, when he was much younger, in Joyful Noise and in Beat with God, Jeff McPherson, who is one of our worship leaders for our worship service at 8:30, The Table. And so I asked him to come and talk about the impact that it had on him.
Hi, my name is Jeff McPherson. I see a lot of new faces.
There he is, right there in the middle.
Yeah. Thank you, Mom. I'm one of the worship leaders at the contemporary service. I've grown up in this church, and music has been part of my life for longer than I can remember. And it's started with In Beat with God or children's choirs that I don't remember being in. Or I was reminded today that I was in a chime choir. This church has just had so many musical opportunities that it's nurtured so many of me and my friends to be successful musicians. You can ask anybody in the Cornerstone class. So many of my friends and their kids grew up to be successful musicians, some doing it professionally, some just taking it with them into their college lives as a hobby that they really love. And it would not have happened, and some of us would not have had the success that we do without groups like In Beat with God, without all the children's choirs, without Resonate. If any of you have seen pictures, every now and then we bring youth up with us to sing in the contemporary service. So the music ministry in this church has been incredible and important and has an incredible legacy and long-lasting impact. So I'm super excited for you to be a part of it, and anybody to come join and be a musician and learn what it is to make music and be joyful in that.
What I would say about a ministry like this is that it is about not a momentary performance, but about the development of disciples who are also musicians. And Jeff is a good example of someone who has lived into being a servant and having been shaped by this music ministry here at First United Methodist Church of Allen. So would you offer your gratitude for these folks for coming and sharing their story? Thank you. Your generosity and your giving in all kinds of ways, whether you're someone who just sits in the room and does, sort of herding cats at a children's ministry event, or you're someone who has been a director of one of these groups, or you're someone who gives to support the work of God through the ministries of this church, you're making a difference, a long-term difference in the lives of young people. And so thank you for that. We offer our gifts always out of gratitude for what God is doing in our lives. And in this moment of gratitude, as the ushers come forward to receive our offering, and we have the opportunity to give, either as the plates go by or through the QR code, I invite you to offer your prayer of gratitude to God for what God is doing in your life right now. Let us continue in a spirit of worship and gratitude.